Hey everybody, welcome. This is Karen with Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So this is really for folks who are newer to the community, and I wanted to give a little bit of direction of what I'm doing when we do the daily messages. So you're going to see a segment. There's different things that I do on the channel, okay? So sometimes I do what's called Coffee with Karen, and we just kind of talk about what's going on in the world and my opinion about things or how I'm feeling or whatever, okay? And we process stuff together. And then there's a segment I'm doing right now that is a daily, Sunday through Thursday, a daily messages. So 2 messages from your spirit guides, all of our spirit guides collectively, okay? 1 personal message and 1 political message. And then I also do videos with the spirit guides using the dowsing rods, okay? Using dowsing rods. And those I do call outs on the channel in the post area for different topics, and you can post your questions. You'd have to subscribe and have your notifications on in order to get the posts, okay? I might start sending those out in our newsletter for those who want it, like when we post for questions, like maybe you don't get the notifications. We're probably going to do that in our newsletter. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, you could do that. It's also, the link is in the description. So I wanted to do a quick introduction here so that in the beginning of every video I do for the daily messages that I don't have to repeat to the folks who know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to be able to refer to this video for new folks. All right, so with the daily messages, it'll basically say, like today is May 14th. The message would be May 14th, Pendulum messages from spirit guides or something like that. Okay, I might change the title, but it will have the date on it. Okay, so what I do every morning when I get up is I first say a prayer, and I'm going to repeat the prayer to you now so you know what I do, okay? So I say, I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, and all of those of the highest and purest light, and I ask Archangel Michael to please protect our channels and the community so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. I usually, our channels or my channel, because when I'm doing this alone, I'll say my channel, but when I do it in the community, I'll say our channels, okay? But I do want them, because what I'm doing here are asking them for messages from all of our spirit teams collectively, okay? In the description below, I will have a little outline of what I've worked out with my spirit guides as to what I'm requesting from them, okay? So I don't always have to ask them every single day. That when I get messages from the Pendulum, which I'll show you in a minute, that I don't have to ask them the same thing over and over again. We've kind of worked it out that when I ask for a community message, that these are the guidelines I would like them to follow, okay? I have those down listed below, okay? So then I will say, now on a daily basis, I do what's called the law of challenge, okay? The law of challenge, I do have a separate video on that, but the law of challenge is you repeat 3 times, in the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Okay, so they're saying yes, that's the yes. Okay, thank you. In the name of Christ, are you of the purest and highest light? Yes, okay, thank you. In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Okay, thank you. So you want, if you repeat it 3 times, they are required, the spiritual realm is required to give you an honest answer. If you get a no, I will do a separate video on that. If you get a no, you can just basically say, okay, I am asking you to leave. You are not welcome here. I kindly ask that you leave. You go directly to the light. Don't attach to anybody else. I am not asking you for messages. You know, you basically just tell them what you want. You just ask them to leave. Just like if somebody was being a bully, and I'm not saying they're bullying you, but they're not welcome in your message. You want someone, you want to know who you're talking to. Okay, so that's basically what it is. And so it's just like somebody who came to your door, your front door, and you didn't want them to come in your house. You would say, you would not answer, right? Or you would ask them to leave. It's as easy as that. You can just ask them to leave, you know. I usually, especially if I know there's an entity attached to me, which is a whole nother conversation, but I would just say, you know, I'm asking you kindly to unattach, to leave, to go directly to the light. Do not attach to anything in, you know, close to, you know, any other person on earth, you know, any animals, just go directly to the light. Okay. And so, yeah, so that's a whole nother conversation. Sorry, I didn't mean to get into that, but there's just all these different layers to this. So, but for this conversation, back to this conversation. So that's basically what I do. And so I open up, get the energy flowing. Okay. And just making sure it's coming from the right place. Then I use what's called a pendulum map that has letters on it. Okay. So this is one, I'm in the process of creating a pendulum pack actually, but this is also another one. And this is sold by somebody in our community. It's in our community business directory, which is not, it's almost coming. When I'm recording this, it'll be like a day or two, maybe a week at the most. So you'll be able to find this in our business directory. And then this also is another one that comes with that. So it has the dates and everything on there. So you can ask using a pendulum. So that's a pendulum map or chart, whatever you want to call it. So you could use a pendulum then that looks like this. I just have a bunch of them. I don't use this one very often because it wiggles. This is the original one that I got with my dowsing rods. So I've been using that one for a long time. Somebody in our community made me this one, which is so beautiful. I love it. Whoops. And I think she's in the process of getting a shop going, so she may be in our directory at some point. So that's beautiful. Real stone on there. So yeah, so those are pendulums. Okay. So I do have a video where I show you that me actually using the pendulum. I will post that video below, and I will also have it pop up right at the end of this. I will have the video at the end of this video. I'll have that, the pendulum video pop up, and the law of challenge video pop up right here. Okay. I also have a start here playlist that I'll have pop up right there. That gives you a lot more information, especially with the dowsing rods and stuff, because this is really about using the pendulum right now. So then the next thing I do is I have this pack of oracle. I have about 60 oracle cards. Okay. So oracle cards that look like this. I have this. These are the two I just used today in the video for May 14th, Starseed Oracle. So they're all listed in here. Okay. So I basically every morning I'll say, okay, so they give me a personal message, right, with the pendulum. So they've given me a personal message. They spelled out a personal message. Then I will say, okay, well, can we get more information about that personal message? What do you want to tell us? And which card deck would you like me to use? Okay. And then they will drop a card. I'll just keep shuffling until they drop a card, basically. It just, or one just kind of pops up like that. Okay. Angels and ancestors. So I'll put that in front of me. I might shuffle a little bit more. Okay. Like this just kind of popped up in my, oh, angel answers. Okay. That one is the one I just showed you. Angel answers. Okay. So then I might have 3 or 4 in front of me, 3 or 4 of these cards. Then I'll pick up my dowsing rods and I'll say, okay, for the personal message, which deck would you like me to use? Which oracle deck would you like me to use? And then I'll go through, like, would you like me to use? Can you guys show me a yes and a no? So if the deck they want me to use is a yes, they'll say yes. And then can you show me a no? And a no. They'll say no for all but one of the decks. And that's the deck I use for the day then. So then, you can watch you can watch videos every day now for the daily messages and know exactly how I prepare for it. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful for you, and I hopefully will see you on the daily for the daily messages, both personal and political. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.